I certainly learn new things. I think that, because I'm from a corporate and brand sort of perspective, I didn't realize how similar I think the government space is, and
How what?
the government space.
How what the government space was?
I didn't realize the principles that they're trying to employ are so similar, right?
Oh,
They're doing the same things, changing people's minds, building awareness, trying to get folks to really have affinity for that perspective, and then ultimately, to change behavior. I think that we can use all those same principles. So I think I was kind of surprised by the similarity. I'm always interested in learning different perspectives, and I think that being able to give this brand and marketing perspective, I think it might be helpful for the government folks that are here. Really understanding how strategic we are in the marketing realm, I think will be helpful for them. It's not just putting out information for putting out information's sake. It's we're always trying to have some sort of influence and impact some kind of behavior in the long run. It's a very uh, I guess they're an interesting group. They're different, right? In the marketing world, they're different than in the government world in terms of the people that you're listening to and what kind of influence they have. I'm not that familiar with the tribes in terms of what they're talking about, but when we talk about communities, I'm fairly familiar with that. The community perspective is just a group of folks that have very similar interests and like to engage with one another and share opinions. I think that that happens in the corporate world, and that happens, in their world as well. So it's
well,
worthwhile to pay attention to.
yes.
Well, I feel like the audience is very interested in the content. Certainly, most of the folks in the room have a different perspective in terms of leveraging social listening and communities and social analytics based on just their backgrounds. Government is certainly very different from industry or brands and corporate behavior, but I think that the principles apply to both. So I think they'll be able to leverage the insights accordingly. I have not had any real experience in the government sector, but I still feel that the principles in terms of influence and getting folks to change behaviors based on information is the same throughout. I think that they're probably at a different stage, maybe not as sophisticated as in brand and corporate worlds, but certainly at least there's interest in doing that. I think that folks just need to be a little bit more strategic in the different areas of marketing that they want to employ. Yeah, I think that, to be efficient, to optimize with minimal resources or limited resources, you really do have to get into the game a little bit and be more strategic. Certainly, you don't want to be inefficient. Leverage the dollars and the manpower that you have to get to that objective that you're really looking for.